Welcome, friend. Let us continue to study chapter number 2 on my YouTube channel. Kindly like, share, and subscribe my YouTube channel. So, in today's lecture, we are going to study some more numerical on these of the processes, maybe constant volume, pressure, temperature, adiabatic, or polytropic process. We have studied all these processes according to the following sequence, that is definition, PV diagram, relationship with PV and T, work done, change in internal energy, heat transferred, and change in enthalpy. Now let us study the problem. A gas having ratio of its specific heats as 1.4. That is, they have given us the ratio of Cp to Cv and the value is 1.4, that is gamma, with an initial volume of 2 meter cube. So V1 initial volume is 2 meter cube and temperature is 300 degrees Celsius. So initial temperature is 300 degrees centigrade. Is heated at constant pressure to 350 degrees Celsius. So it is heated to the at constant pressure up to 350 degrees Celsius. The gas is then expanded polytropically. So now initially it was constant pressure, now it is polytropic process such that temperature reduced to 160 degrees Celsius. And finally, the gas is again compressed adiabatically such that at the end of the process, the gas reaches to its initial state of 300 degrees Celsius. So three processes takes place. One is constant pressure, then polytropic, and then adiabatic. And finally it reaches to the initial condition. Find the polytropic process index, that we have to calculate the n for the middle process. And let us see what they have given. One volume they have given and other temperatures they have given. So they have given only some minor data, the gamma value they have given, and we have to calculate the polytropic process index, that is n. Now let us see what data they have given. Gamma is 1.4. Initial temperature 573 Kelvin. P1 is equals to P2 because it is a constant pressure. Then T2 is equals to 350 degrees Celsius, that is 623 Kelvin. T3 160 degrees Celsius, that is 433 Kelvin. Second process is polytropic, so P2V2 raised to n is equals to P3V3 raised to n. And the last process is adiabatic, so it is P3V3 raised to gamma is equals to P1V1 raised to gamma. Let us draw the diagram. So 1 to 2 is constant pressure, 2 to 3 is the polytropic, and 3 to 1 is the adiabatic process. And we are required to calculate the n. Now for process 2 to 3, let us use the equation related to the PVT relationship. So it will be P2 by P3 is equals to T2 by T3 raised to n upon n minus 1. And using this equation, we are required to calculate n. But they have not given us the pressure value. They have given us the values at different points of temperature only. So we have to find out whether we can convert this parameter, that is P2 by P3, in terms of temperature or not. Now let us go for the process number 3 to 1. Again we can use the equation related to the relationship between PV and T for the adiabatic process. So it is P1 by P3 is equals to T1 by T3 raised to gamma upon gamma minus 1. Now we know that 1 to 2 process is constant pressure process. So it is P1 is equals to P2. P1 is equals to P2. So here we can write down P2 also. So P2 by P3 is equals to T1 by T3 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. So we have got the two equations of P2 by P3. So we can compare. T2 by T3 raised to n upon n minus 1 is equals to T1 by T3 raised to gamma upon gamma minus 1. So they have given us the temperature. T1, T2, T3 they have given. Gamma they have given. Now we have to calculate the n. Now how to calculate n? Before calculate n, let us take the log ln, that is log base to e both the side. So we will get n upon n minus 1 log to the base e T2 by T3. That is equals to gamma upon gamma minus 1 log base to e T1 by T3. Now using this equation, we can calculate the value of N, and the N value is 1.5899. Let us study the another problem. A gas at a pressure of 13 bar and temperature of 343 degrees Celsius is expanded adiabatically. So first process is adiabatic process to a pressure of 1.5 bar. The gas is heated at constant volume. So the next process is constant volume until it again attains 343 degrees Celsius, where its pressure is found to be 2.5 bar. Finally, it is compressed isothermally. So third process is isothermal process until the original pressure of 13 bar is attained. Sketch the PV diagram, and if mass of the gas is 0.6 kilogram, calculate the net change in internal energy. Take Cp is equals to 1.005 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So here also they have given us the three processes. Now let us see what data they have given. Initial pressure 13 bar, mass 0.6 kilogram, initial temperature 343 degrees Celsius, that is 616 Kelvin, and the process is adiabatic, so it is P1 V1 raised to gamma is equals to P2 V2 raised to gamma. Then P2 is 1.5 bar, P3 is 2.5 bar, and Cp is 1.005. Second process is V2 is equals to V3, that is constant volume process. And T3 is equals to T1, it means third process is isothermal process. And what we have to calculate? Net delta U. Change in delta, change in internal energy, net. Now, first of all, PV diagram. Initially at 1 point, P1 V1. It passes through the adiabatic process, reaches to the point number 2. So PV raised to gamma is constant for 1 to 2. Then it passes through the constant volume process. This is constant volume process. V2 is equals to V3. Pressure is P3. And then it passes through the isothermal process. That is PV is equals to constant. So 3 to 1 is the PV is equals to constant. Now process 1 to 2. We can write down the relationship between PV and T. That is T2 by T1 is equals to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma. For the process 2 to 3, this process, P2 by T2 is equals to P3 by T3 because it was a constant volume process. Clear? And third process is, okay, so we can write down in this form, T2 by T3 is equals to P2 by P3. And we know that third process is isothermal process. So it is T3 by T3 is equals to T1. So whenever T3 is there, we can put the T1. So here it will be T2 by T1 is equals to P2 by P3. So we can put P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma, that is equals to P2 by P3. And using that we can calculate the gamma because they have not given us the gamma. They have given us Cp value, not gamma value. So let us calculate the gamma. And please understand one thing, right? Never assume the value of gamma if can be calculated. So if you able to calculate the gamma, then don't assume it. And using this again, gamma is equals to 1.30984. Using the above equation, that is T2 by T1 is equals to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 upon gamma, we can calculate the T2. So T2 is equals to 369.6 Kelvin. Now let us calculate the delta U for the process number 1 to 2. The equation is mCV delta T. M they have given, CV, for that we know Cp and gamma. So CV can be calculated, T2 and T1. So CV is equals to Cp by gamma. So we will get the CV 0.7673 kg kilojoule per kg Kelvin. So delta U for 1 to 2, that is the adiabatic process, is minus 113.376 kilojoule. Process number 2 to 3, constant volume process. Let us calculate change in internal energy. Again, equation is same, mCV delta T. We can put the value and we can get the answer 113.376 kilojoule. And what is the delta U, that is change in internal energy for the process 3 to 1, that is isothermal process? Can anybody get the value directly? Yes, for isothermal process delta U is 0. Clear? So what is the net delta U? So net delta U is equals to delta U for 1 to 2 plus delta U for 2 to 3 and plus delta U for 3 to 1. But for 3 to 1 it is 0. 1 to 2 it is minus 113.376 and for 2 to 3 it is 113.376. So net delta U is 0. And we know that this is a cyclic process. Initial and final state are same. And for that, the delta U is 0. So as per the Joule's law, U, that is the internal energy, is a function of temperature. And initial and final states have same temperature. Thus, no change in internal energy. And net delta U is 0. Thank you.